my tribute to late actor and singer, musician, songwriter, Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Hey, I'm Michael Douglas. Welcome back to Dr. Pundit, where we talk about music, not medicine. And on this edition, of course, everyone in the entertainment world has found out about the sad and tragic passing of actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner, who is part of my generation, Generation X. I'm 57. He's 54, died at the age of 54. And by the mid-1990s, while Malcolm-Jamal Warner was starring on another hit show, not The Cosby Show, but Malcolm and Eddie, after his 8-season run on The Cosby Show, he started to veer toward music. Now, he was on this latter show in the late 1990s on the now-defunct UPN network. And Warner, who was 26 at the time, started picking up the bass, and what began as a hobby turned into something that the actor dedicated himself to, along with songwriting. Warner wasn't another actor who was dabbling in music. He was serious about his craft, taking an intensive course at the Musicians Institute before continuing his studies in bass and musical theory at the Berklee College of Music. The chair of the bass department at the latter institution, a guy named Steve Bailey, said he was all in. I mean, you would never know he was an actor or had another profession. He was just all about music and all about the bass. Now, along with his jazz funk band Miles Long, Warner released his debut, the Miles Long mixtape, in 2003, and Love and Other Social Issues 4 years later, along with Selfless in 2015 and Hiding in Plain View in 2022. He also wrote and co-wrote the majority of his songs. Warner told the magazine Bass Player in 2021, "I figured that the quickest way for me to develop as a bassist was to start a band and start doing club dates. I put a band together, and pretty soon we were doing covers from John Coltrane to Living Colour, although acting was still my primary career." That year, Warner won a Grammy Award for Best Traditional R&B Performance for his contribution to a cover of Stevie Wonder's 1972 hit, Jesus Children of America, in collaboration with Layla Hathaway, a big R&B star in the 1990s who still does make music today, and the hip-hop trio The Robert Glasper Experiment. The song was released as a tribute to the victims of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in Connecticut in 2012. Warner said that winning the Grammy was the push he needed to complete his third album, the album Selfless. That really put the fire underneath me and put some finality to it. I have to finish this record while I have the attention of the Grammy committee and the attention of the music world. Warner picked up another Grammy nomination 8 years later for his fourth and final album, Hiding in Plain View, and collaborated on songs with the late George Duke, the OJs, jazz musician Johnny Britt, and poet Jay Ivey, the group Full Force, and other artists. And in 2000, Warner also contributed to the posthumous Tupac album, Tupac Shakur, The Rose That Grew from Concrete, Volume 1. I tell people all the time that I have such great respect for great musicians because of the time, discipline, energy, focus, and commitment it takes to be an okay musician. I work hard just to maintain an okay level. People know that I take it seriously, and that I'm not just some actor who strums a few tunes so I can call myself a bass player. I bust my ass. Though the first half of Warner's life was filled with acting, the second half, up to his death on July 20th at age 54, it was dedicated to his love of music. Now, here's a look at 4 songs Warner wrote during his music career. In 2003, Malcolm-Jamal Warner released his debut album, Miles Long Mixtape, featuring 7 tracks written by him, including the opening jazzy tune Tables Turning. Like many of Warner's lyrics, he traverses racism and racial perceptions, unrepaired cycles of self-hate, and more.
If you take the fears, the struggles, the dreams and ideas of my father's father and his dad, wash them down in grape Kool-Aid, and like our own form of purple haze, drift about for years upon days in this cloudless days of nothingness.
Warner's second album, Love and Social Issues, crosses stories of relationships, self-love, and other socio-political issues. And after the release of Love and Other Social Issues, Warner wrote and starred in a spoken word stage show of the same name in Los Angeles. Like my second album, Love and Other Social Issues, it encompasses all of that. I think my strongest suit is the love songs and the problems dealing with love. My journey has been about love, relationship love, self-love, and my love-hate relationship with hip-hop. There's definitely a social political side to it because that's part of my life.
Lightly for no MC. For no MC is worth my sanity. Sick licks I spit for the purpose of vanity. Treat whack lyricists like profanity. Swing a track like Jane swings Calamity till the clip's empty. Tricks pimp me in their mind, but I refuse to bind my soul for a 6-record deal and one hit song. Twice screams to get your nice dreams like Chong and Cheech. But I beseech you to teach a few lessons with your blessings. Watch your actions and clock your verbal transactions, cause the shorties are listening and the whole world is glistening off your bling. Singing sad songs, the white man's done you wrong is a thing of the past. So I'm just trying to blast through, cause trying's only gonna last you but for so long. And I need the Most High to help me hold on for when I just can't go on.
Warner's Selfless album from 2015 is a blend of funk, soul, jazz, and spoken word poems featuring collaborations with the aforementioned Layla Hathaway, Rashawn Patterson, Stokely Williams, who was a member of the group Mint Condition, and many more. Singer and songwriter Ladisi and musician and producer Robert Glasper also appear on the track Brand New Day.
Deaf, dumb, blind, halfway out of my mind when I feel this flow. So I let go, like look mom, no hands, as I search to overstand my inner child gone wild. See, we throw tantrums that temper the cold of the winter. It's into the dragon when my spiritual center starts swagging. Wing Chun over lost ones who live for bragging but no substance. Let me interrupt this with a public service announcement, a denouncement of all that threatens to weigh me down. Just to get by, just to get high enough to shed these tears of a clown. Running around, running away, running astray, aimless, shucking the self-control that could have tamed this from the get-go. An Amber Queen once told me that I say can't and I don't know more than she'd expect from a king. And that there's nothing sexy about resurrecting negative thought patterns that no longer serve my growth and potential, no matter how instrumental they once may have been in motivating my mojo. Life is my martial art and this mic be my dojo. And I now know experientially that life without a game plan is just so-so. So excuse me as I kiss the sky, spitting poems of gratitude to the Most High.
I've really been fortunate to create my own niche. I figure if it's therapeutic for me and the things I'm going through, there's got to be somebody else in the world who's going through it on some level. In 2022, Warner's fourth and final release, Hiding in Plain View, was also nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word Poetry Album. For Warner, poetry was part of his entire life. His father even attended Lincoln University to follow in the footsteps of poet and activist Langston Hughes. Warner said he was steeped in poetry in the womb. Leaning more heavily on spoken word on this particular release, Warner called the Hiding in Plain View album, quote, the most important album to come out in 2022, his words, and features novelist and assistant professor of African Studies at Clark Atlanta University, Dr. Daniel Black. Said Warner, he drops so much knowledge on this album. The album offers a shift in our approach to how we raise our young black boys. On the musical spoken word track, Asante Sana, which means thank you very much in Swahili, Warner navigates more personal and cultural struggles.
I bare my soul, standing on the precipice of this crossroads. It's like I want to give my life to the cause, right? But which one? Ignorance is running so ridiculously rampant, I really can't tell if I'm hating or merely debating just for fun.
Malcolm-Jamal Warner, known much more than just his 8-year breakout role as Theo Huxtable on the hit The Cosby Show. And the entertainment world has really lost a very multi-talented, socially conscious entertainer who was, in all respects, a selfless entertainer, contributor to music and society, who wanted the best for his family. As a matter of fact, he really kept his wife and child out of the spotlight, really never making their names public, among other things. So this is a guy who will be missed in the world of entertainment. And hopefully my doing this episode will throw some curiosity on people who want to find out exactly how multi-talented this actor / musician really was. And it's good that his legacy now lives on in that respect. I'm Michael Douglas. If you like what you see here on the channel, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe. And as the late great Barry White always used to say, let the music play. And I'll see you on the next episode.